Valley Club, I am ValleyFlyin. I am back. I have not went away. Did need to take a few mental health days for some clarity, and I wanted to discuss that in case anybody is struggling with similar type of issues. So I wanted to discuss that. Also wanted to discuss some Marvel Strike Force. We have a Monday mailbag that was missed this week, so we are answering your questions for the mailbag. We're talking about Dormammu, we're talking about Morbius, and a lot more, guys. So if you're ready for all of that, find that like button. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Valley Maniacs, I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you're having a great Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. We're a little late for this Monday mailbag. Usually we do this on Mondays. Sometimes if we're late, we do these on Tuesdays, but it is all the way Thursday for this Monday mailbag. So what happened? Why are we so late? Well, I've had some issues in the past, struggling with making videos when just my mind isn't right. And it happened again this week. Normally I have outlets. I could talk to friends at jiu-jitsu. I have physical outlets. And even if I'm not all there 100% mentally, I could kind of go through the motions, kind of snap me out of it. Well, our jiu-jitsu studio is being renovated right now, so there's no jiu-jitsu, so there's no outlet for me. And as a content creator, this is what I do. There's no coworkers, there's no one to talk to. So sometimes I get in these places and it takes me a little bit longer than most people to get out of. And thinking about what was a trigger this time, nothing that should have been a trigger, nothing that couldn't have been solved with a quick conversation. But instead of talking with people, just let all these issues get more and more and more in my head, and started beating myself up over not streaming and not making videos. So just started making it worse. But how did I get out of that? Well, hopefully if you're struggling with these, first thing is reach out to someone. One of the things that I struggled with was not reaching out. There was a few people that actually reached out and says, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? And I would say be stronger than I was at that moment. Reach out to them and let them know what's going on. Because at least for me, some of these silly issues that I create in my head, when I say them out loud, I'm like, why is that a problem? That's not true. That's not really what's going on. But when you don't have anyone to talk to, when you hear it out loud, weird things go on. So hopefully that would be an issue. You could reach out, and I do want to give a shout out to Reminex and Goofy and a bunch of other people that reached out. So thank you guys for that. And then the other thing is just communicating. One thing that helped me eventually when I was strong enough to finally reach out and talk, it was my wife, and it helped me, just that communication. So reaching out, not being afraid of that. The other thing was, like I mentioned before, just kind of going through some of the daily processes of what I was doing. And it's actually Marvel Strike Force, playing that, grinding through the mindless blitz that helped me get through some of the stuff. And we were actually doing a war. I was like, I don't care about this. And started doing some of these battles, and it was like, oh, this is kind of important. And for some reason, getting engaged in that war snapped me out of it. So hopefully if anybody is struggling with these type of issues, just talk to people. Don't be embarrassed like I was. Even if the reason for it is silly, it can work out. And you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there. One of the things that I was doing was like, oh, all these people are against me, when they weren't. People were there to help. So I know this is kind of a weird video. Most of you come for Marvel Strike Force, but I hope this is more beneficial than a video game that we all enjoy playing or enjoy trashing as we describe the process of it. But like I said, hopefully this helps for anybody that's struggling with this. And if it does, hopefully these first 4 minutes of the video is worth it. But moving on to some Marvel Strike Force content, let's talk about your questions from the mailbag. Boom. Wrong section right here. The first question. Do you think young Avengers are worth bringing up? I have mine at 250K, all at gear 12. I don't really see the value in these characters. I want to know your thoughts. I think I would agree with you. They don't have a lot of value outside of war defense. Now, if you're someone that plays hardcore war, you're going to want to bring these guys up as a war defense team, because Heroes for Hire is probably the best war defense. This is probably the second best war defense. So If that is where you're at, then that's a no-brainer. Bring up this team. Outside of that, though, I see very little value. May find some value in Kate because of that tech tag that she has. But let's be clear, she is not the tech solution. She may be a good rotational character that you bring in your tech rotation at Doom Raids. She's not a solution. So if you are going to invest in her for that, keep that in mind. It could be something temporary, and our long-term solution is not here yet. The other character that you may want to bring up for other game modes, Squirrel Girl. She has some value, not just in Young Avengers, but in some hybrid teams in War, if you want to bring her up for that. Maybe as a backup bio character in Doom. I don't see any use for her in Arena, though. And then maybe some of these newer game modes like Pocket Dimension, Tower Mode, you might have some value for these characters in there if they have those tags. We said Squirrel Girl. America Chavez as an alternate war defense if you're not going to bring up the full Young Avengers. And that is about it. That's about it. What else? Miss Marvel, maybe if she's going to get a rework. But yeah. So long answer, not a lot of value. There may be some fringe cases where you could justify bringing up some of these characters, but for most players, no. I don't see a lot. You can leave them there and just kind of annoy your war opponents there. All right, hey Valley. Greetings from Singapore. Greetings from Texas. I have 2 questions instead of 1. Hope it's okay. Anytime, my friend. Leave your questions, guys. If you want to leave your questions, leave 2, 3 questions. That is fine. If the questions start getting like crazy like they were at one point, then I may have to start limiting them, but leave your questions away. Given the game constantly crashes, do you think Marvel should stick to making movies, which they're good at, instead of trying to create mobile games? Yeah, this game does crash a lot. It's not a good look for Marvel. Bill Roseman, hopefully you could put some pressure on Scopely to fix the bugs and crashes and errors and stuff in this game. But there's 2 totally different things. Marvel, they license the game out to different game companies. So this is not Marvel's crashes and all that stuff that's doing this. Let's be clear. This is Boundless. This is Scopely that is not having enough quality assurance in the game that these go away sometimes. So this is them. This is not Marvel. Marvel does make good movies, though. All right, anyway. Scopely, fix your game, and hopefully Bill Roseman can get involved with that. All right, since the milestone leaderboard issue is viewed as an issue instead of exploit cheat, is against the terms of service for players for them to use them. This is a complicated one. Terms of service, you shouldn't be using any exploits and things like that, but what was said in a conference call, and I don't think that this part of it was under NDA. Exploits are looked at very different than cheats and hacks and things like that. Cheats and hacks, you know the intention of there. When it's an exploit, something that's in the game that shouldn't be in the game, it's really hard to prove intention on that. So I don't want to say that exploits should be viewed as differently, but Scopely views it as differently. I would still urge against it though, because even though an exploit is available, it's not in the spirit of the game. And for me, a lot of the game is the chase. The appeal of the game is the chase. So if you're getting a lot of stuff, then it's the chase is not as much. But then you have to talk about the balance issues as well. If everybody is doing it and you're missing out, you're kind of hurting yourself. So this is a complicated one. I don't have a good answer for you, but hopefully that is enough outside information that you can make your own choice of what you want to do on this. But I would urge against it. That's all I got to say. How Scopely views it and what Scopely is going to do, I don't know. But they do view exploits very different than cheats because of that intention there. All right, hey Valley, quality of life improvement idea. I love it. Improve the quality of life. Let's see what it is though. Whenever there's a level cap gear increase, all minions should get bumped up by that amount for free. No one ever wants to build a Merc soldier instead of Silver Surfer, no matter what the rewards. I love it. Good, yeah. I don't think Scopely will ever do this because it's just giving you gold and training mass for free pretty much, but I would love it. Yeah, do it. Good. Captain Clutch, what is up, my friend? you have any speculations of what's going to happen with a new Doctor Strange character team? With this movie right around the corner, already confirmed Doctor Strange coming in MSF, there has to be something in the works, right? All right, so this question, I'm very late with answering this. This was already announced. This was already sort of announced with Wong and this new Doctor Strange. We're still awaiting some confirmation of other characters, but we know that there's 5 characters coming in this next update. So it's probably gonna be one for this team and maybe another for another team. All right, let's continue with the question though. With this movie right around the corner, already confirmed new Doctor Strange coming in MSF. There has to be something in the works, right? We've seen Hela being used as a 5th over Mortal and Dark Hunters. The Supernaturals team is pretty much dissected. Mortal's essentially homeless. When do you think it's going to happen in Doctor Strange Mordo? And what is the new character within MSF? So that's actually a good possibility. There's been talk about a 5th Dark Hunters coming. There's been some people thinking maybe it's going to be Blade. Maybe it's going to be this werewolf by night thing. I don't know. But if that happens, Mordo is going to get kicked off the team. The current Doctor Strange has no team because instead of reworking that Doctor Strange, they are giving a brand new Doctor Strange a kit. Now, the thing that gives me hope is that Wong has synergy, not just with the Heartless version of Doctor Strange, which is what they're calling this one. I don't know why they're calling it Heartless instead of like Superior Doctor Strange or What If Doctor Strange. Anyway, the Heartless Doctor Strange, Wong also has synergy with the normal Doctor Strange, which may mean that he's going to have some value down the road. So there could be something to that theory of Doctor Strange ending up on a kit with Mordo, maybe the Ancient One, maybe someone else that we see in this upcoming Doctor Strange movie. I would like that though. But it doesn't look like Strange is going to end up on this other team. This Darkhold is the team. So I don't think Strange and Mortal's going to end up on that. So it could make sense that they end up on their own team. Another Mystic team without a tech solution. How Scopely like would that be? All right, let's move on. Let's see what happens, though. Let's see what happens with all this. Hey, Valley, have you noticed a bug in Arena where ability block is on Doom removed even after the opposing Icarus is dead? Here's what happened. I went first, ended up killing their Icarus that had ability block on their Doom. Then on the opposing team Cersei's turn, she cleared the ability to block on Doom somehow. Is this a bug or am I missing something? I'm thinking that is in her kit. Let's go look at what her kit reads. This is her ultimate right here. It's going to clear negative effects from 3 negative effects from self and all allies. That would include ability block on Doom. And in Arena Dark Dimension, instead flipping 3 negative effects into positive effects on self on allies. So it should have flipped into the positive version of whatever ability block is. So that's doesn't seem like a bug to me unless I'm missing something in the question. I think that is working exactly how the Cersei ult should have, unless I'm missing something in the question there. Hey, Valley, greetings from Virginia. I haven't touched Cloak or Dagger, and for some reason, I have Deathpool up at 50K. Is there a good place I could place Deathpool other than with Cloak and Dagger? Thanks for the help and keep on smashing. Obviously, Cloak and Daggers would be the best 3rd and 4th, or the best other team with Deathpool. That as far as what you could do with her, what is very good on a Mystic team without any other Mystic allies. The team that I used to like was one with Black Bolt and Deathpool, Minerva, Kestrel, and anytime they would get a kill, and Minerva, so anytime they would get a kill, Deathpool would get these extra hits. She would give out ability energy. We would get maybe some pings from Black Bolt. We might get some pings from Kestrel if they had a defense up on them or if defense down on them, and then getting some extra heals from Minerva. That was a good team for them. That one works in the alpha raids though. Not really necessarily going to work on Doom. So as far as Mystics on Doom, I guess you could use Doom himself. You could use Ebony Maw. You could use Thanos. You could use Adam Warlock and Deathpool. If some kind of team with those characters is what was used a lot before Cloak and Dagger. So you could put Deathpool on a bunch of hybrid teams for raids. Works very good on raids. And as far as war, I think anything that has minions that you could get a lot of extra kills. So something that you're facing a a Maria Hill or a Nick Fury or even a Greg or something like that. Something like that would work great for Deathpool. So that's how I would use Deathpool, brother. Hey, ValleyFlyin, any tips on beating Dormammu, Eternals, and Emma in Doom without Dormammu and without T'Challa? Ah, T'Challa, that's normally the key for all these arena counters against Dormammu. So I've actually looked this question up. And I've seen a few videos. Now, a lot of this is going to be determined by how big your characters are, how big the enemy's characters are, but I've seen Speed Eternals work, so that's the Eternals, Cersei, Icarus, Cable, Loki, and Emma. I've seen that work, and beating Dormammu before he even gets a turn, smashing them very quickly. The Eternals with Doom, Emma, I've seen a Star-Lord in the place, not a T'Challa Star-Lord, just a normal Star-Lord in there. And I beat him, and Eternals, Loki, Doom, and Black Bolt. So I've seen a few different combos. Hopefully that helps. I think a lot of it's going to be determined by the placement of your team, how big the enemies are, how big your stuff is. So those are some combos that I saw win. So hopefully that would help you. Also, second question, what T4s do you recommend for T16 Sabretooth, which I'm going to use in DD5 along with T4s for Elsa and Ghost Rider for War. All right, we'll go into the game. I'll take a look at what I have. And as far as Sabretooth, I did a lot more than I think you should. We did this passive right here, and what that does is gives 10% assist chance and non-attacking abilities. That was something that I did way back in the day. I don't think that is great for Dark Dimension 5. Another one, the ultimate here, damage per primary target, damage secondary targets, 5 to 6 chains. That was not a great one either as far as Sabretooth. It's going to give us extra damage, so it's going to help him. I don't know if that's a necessary one. And in this one right here, 70% damage to and 20% extra piercing to primary target, 40% to secondary targets, and 80%. This one is a good, I think all these will help him more in War, especially on War offense rather than Dark Dimension 5. If you want to do those now because of what you plan to do in War with Sabretooth, then I think that's a good recommendation, but not specifically for Dark Dimension 5. And as far as the new characters, Ghost Rider, I think this passive is a very good one, getting all that extra damage on non-summon allied death, gaining 3 ability energies, so more, and then max health for these guys. I think all that's good for all the Dark Hunter supernatural characters. The ultimate doesn't do a lot, does extra 70% piercing. It's not a big AoE attack, has high cooldowns. This is one that I did, but not one that I'd recommend. If you're using Ghost Rider, this one is okay as well, but this has a long cooldown, so I don't know if I would recommend. This is probably the next best choice for Ghost Rider, but honestly, I don't know if any of them are really necessary. And Elsa Bloodstone, she has this one. This is a good one. Getting extra accuracy per supernatural Dark Hunters, extra damage. Other than that, though, unless you got a lot of red stars, you can probably skip the ultimate here. This has a long cooldown as well, so we'll help you put maybe 1 per battle. And this one, not that great either. You don't get this on the opening turn, only 6% damage to the primary secondary targets. So there's not a lot that I recommend for Ghost Rider and Elsa. Maybe their passives, that's about it. And as far as Sabretooth, there's not a lot that I recommend for him either. So hopefully that helps. None of them seem very necessary. And last but not least, Valley, it looks like this week's mailbag is out. Not out yet. Yes, that's my fault. And hopefully this is a better video instead of me trying to push through when my mental state wasn't exactly where it needed to be for a video. But yes, you got this one in, brother. Thoughts on your upcoming Living Vampire event? Will it be free to play friendly, or do we have to pay to complete it? Now, completing it, I guess you're meaning getting all of the milestones. Let's go in there, and I think you're gonna have to pay to complete all the milestones. That's been a trend recently with these recent events, and I don't think this event is gonna be anything different. We also have an 8-day milestone that we have coming up in a little while, and we have 2 separate 4-day milestones. We do have the in-game, we do have the 8-day one in-game, so let's take a look at those. These are what we could get just for free. So we got 10 shards of Morbius there, another 10 shards. It's a 100 shard unlock for this character, so we're gonna need a lot of shards as free-to-play player, someone that didn't buy this character to get him. And we see a lot of these shards go up around here. So just based on where they are with this event, I'm gonna guess right around milestone 33 is where we're able to get if we're grinding out as a free-to-play player. There's gonna be a couple other events. Now you're gonna earn points for this milestone by opening these Mystic Assassin orbs. There's going to be that first 4-day one. You're going to get some more Mystic Assassin orbs. That's going to help with this. You could grind out and blitz for that second one. And there's going to be some web milestone that's going on from winning arena battles. So there's going to be that for these as well. But I think you're going to be able to get some shards, some nice gear here. But completing all the milestones, that's a Scopely thing to say no. You got to spend for that. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be free to play friendly in that sense. Will they be more generous with shards too? Will they control it a lot more? I think they're going to give us an unlock, so we'll at least be able to get that 3-star unlock. As far as going to get 4th star on Morbius, I would say that would be unlikely based on what we've seen with Magic and Echo and some of these previous events. Will they be more generous, or will they control it like more? I'm reluctant to use my red stars on Morbius, given I feel that it's as pointless as I freed everybody I doubt as I need the yellow stars anyway. Yeah, and there's word that these Dark Hunters are not countering Heroes for Hire like they were built in War. So keep that in mind as well. That is it for today's video. We'll be back. Hopefully we're back to normal. Apologies, Valley Club. Just it just doesn't seem good to record when I'm not in a mental state. I don't think it's a good video. It doesn't display the natural positivity that I like to get and help everybody out with. So yes, we're back. We're a little late, but I hope this video was helpful for you and enjoyable for you. If it was, hit that subscribe button, because normally we're gonna do at least 5 videos per week on this channel about Marvel Strike Force. This week might be a little less, but normally at least 5 videos per week, and we stream normally every weekday morning. So we were streaming this morning. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back all next week as well. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys later. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go, and check out some of the links down below for those sponsors. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out, and have a great rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen.